Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Shri Hanumate Namaha. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 21st of December 2024. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Bhagavan residing in the heart of every being. With that prarthana, we are continuing to examine the Mandukya Upanishad, and the very first mantra of that Upanishad is as follows. Om iti etat aksharam idam sarvam tasya upavakhyanam bhutam bhavat bhavishyat iti sarvam Omkar. This is the breakdown of the first verse of the Mandukya Upanishad. We have started examining the Omkar. Omkar, as we have stated already, is a primordial sound. Primordial sound meaning it is anadi, it is uncreated, it is coming from the mind of Bhagavan. So the Om, when we chant Om as a sadhana, that connects us with the infinite consciousness. So Omkar sadhana is very, very profound, very powerful sadhana. And so we can do it. You can start, as I mentioned yesterday, do 11 times, 21 times, 108 times. You can do the Om meditation. Om has all of the all mantras are within Om. The entire Srishti is within Om, as we stated yesterday. Jagrat, Swapna, Shushupti, Avastha is within Om. And to examine this further, with regards to meditation and dhyan, it is a means to achieve mental clarity and spiritual attunement. 2 points to keep in mind. Our mind needs to be clear. Our mind is not usually very clear. It's going in different directions. It's fuzzy. It's got all kinds of stuff inside there. So to clarify, to clear it, to clear the mind, to clear our inner space, Omkar is very useful for that. It is a meditation practice. It's a very powerful meditation practice. There have been, from ancient times till today, people who do only Omkar sadhana. They do 4 hours, 5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, like this, only Omkar sadhana. Aur kuch nahi karte. Buddhists do this also. Jainas do this also. In the Hindu tradition, it's throughout there in Sanatan Dharma. Right? So, Omkar, if you do the Omkar sadhana, isme sab kuch aa jata hai. Everything is inside Omkar. So, it provides mental clarity and spiritual attunement. Attuning to what? Attuning to the words of the sages, attuning to bhajan kirtan, manan chintan. Just yesterday evening, I attended a very beautiful bhajan kirtan aradhana program at one of the temples here in Delaware. There's a SWAMINARAYAN temple here, and there's they have renovated the whole thing, and they did a good 2 hours of this kirtan aradhana, right? So when we listen to bhajan kirtan in a group, or when we listen to bhajan kirtan at home, if we do Omkar sadhana first for a good half an hour, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever, and then we sit for bhajan kirtan, the bhajans and the kirtan, they just flow inside. The bhavana and everything comes. The resistance goes away. This is what is meant by spiritual attunement. It's just like a string instrument. When you have a sitar, you have to tune in the right frequency. Santur has to be tuned. All string instruments have to be tuned. So similarly, our mind, our antakarana is a vibration. It is vibrating constantly with the thoughts and emotions and memories, desires, energy. It's, the TEMDE, the 5 points that we talk about in the other programs. Thought, emotion, memory, desire, energy. It's a vibration. Spandan. Spandan Karika. Spandan Karikas are scriptures actually that talk about this. So Omkar is that intense. It has that much capacity that if a sadhak is genuinely interested in connecting with the Lord, with Bhagavan to ek hi hai, and that Paramatma is actually within us. Where are we going to find God? Within us only. But you're not going to find God somewhere outside. I mean, outside is there also, Ishavasamidam Sarvam. But by taking a spaceship into the Andromeda galaxy or some other galaxy, you will not find God that way. You just find that's just part of the material world only. The only direction for spiritual evolution to see God actually is the internal direction. There's no other direction. Everything external is only for the internal. So when we listen to bhajans, doing in a group or in temples or at home or in it doesn't matter. You're doing it for your own inner development. And so if we externalize spirituality, it's okay. It's useful in the external world to some extent. But if we do not internalize it, we will not realize God. We will do something external. That's all. For example, I'll give you an example. I can sing a bhajan. Let's say Rama Krishna Govinda Jai Jai Govind Hare Rama Govinda Jai Jai Govind. I can sing a bhajan. But if my attention and intention is not to connect with God, I'm just singing it just to sing it, or because somebody else likes it, or to perform as a performer, it has some sanskar, but it doesn't connect with the Paramatma. You see, so one of the benefits of doing Omkar Dhyan, as the Mandukya Upanishad is showing us, is that it is a retuning. It is an attunement to spirituality. And that attunement changes our intention and attention. What is my intention in singing a bhajan? Doesn't matter which bhajan. Even today, every morning we do some bhajans and we do mantras and all these things. Every day we do that. What is the intention behind that? So the intention, in my mind, there's two intentions in this mind. One is Bhagavad Prasannata, Bhagwan Prasanna ho jaye isme se, as a bhakti, and our own spiritual evolution. Only two intentions. But if the attention and the intention goes away from this, even while doing the same bhajan, kirtan, manan, chintan, mantras, everything, it goes externalized. Externalized in what way? That, you're looking for some praise, looking for some money, looking for something here, there, this, that. If that all begins to happen, then that is a deflection into Maya. You see, that will bind us further. Even the spiritual sadhana binds us. It does create sanskar, but it doesn't lead to liberation. You see, so even bhajan kirtan cannot take you anywhere until the intention is absolutely clear why we're doing it, for what purpose. See, in Vachanamrut, Garada Pratham 20, Vismu Vachanamrut, it's pretty well known in Swaminarayan Sampradaya, that Smruti Vina Gayu e na Gaya Jevu. Smruti, Bhagwan ki Smruti, Murti ki Smruti, Guru ki Smruti, it's inside. And the internal link with God. That's the goal. So the Omkar Dhyan, Omkar is so intense because it already has the intelligence we need. It already has the vibrational retuning we need. It opens the doorway into the Turiya Avastha. It does everything if we do the sadhana carefully and systematically, without break, every single day, even if it's done 11 times. If you take a mantra just on your hands, you can do 11 times. Om, 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 Om. That's 11 times. But at the same time, every day, to do that 11 times, and you do that for 6 months or 1 year, you see the development. It has to do with consistency. That is the power of consistent sadhana. You see, so when Omkar is chanted, we achieve mental clarity. Like we achieve, by the grace of God, spiritual attunement. And then also there's other benefits. Omkar creates vibrations that are set to calm the autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system is within us. It's part of our life, obviously. It's running, breathing and everything else. It calms it down because the nervous system is the mind-brain-body connection. शांति, शांत होना चाहिए हमारी सिस्टम. और शांत, उद्वेग नहीं, उद्वेग is a Gujarati word. See, so autonomic nervous system remains calm. Stress reduction. Stress gets reduced substantially with Omkar and enhanced focus and concentration. So this aligns with findings in neuroscience that demonstrate that rhythmic chanting and breathing, rhythmic chanting and breath regulation significantly impact brain wave patterns. Our brain wave patterns are significantly changed by the Omkar Dhyan, which promotes relaxation and heightened awareness. Okay, so this is from there's a lot of research on this. Now, chanting Om fosters a sense of unity with the cosmos, reinforcing its symbolism as a bridge between the finite self, the Atman, and the Brahman, the infinite. So it's a bridge between where we are and the supreme consciousness. So life becomes so harmonized, so clear. ज्ञान मिलता है इसमें से, वैराग्य मिलता है, भक्ति मिलती है, अच्छा जीवन मिलता है from every angle when we do consistent sadhana. And whatever difficulties in the past may have happened, they get resolved. You don't get stuck with the past problems, because remember, past doesn't exist. The future also doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is the present. And that will also be shown inside this Mandukya Upanishad. Why is that? Because we cannot build the future. We say that I want to build a bright future. It's totally wrong. The concept is wrong. One is not building something in the future. One is visualizing what may happen, what could happen, and that what you want to happen happens in the present. When the time comes, it happens in the present. It doesn't happen. The future doesn't happen in the future. The future happens in the present. You see, so you cannot build the future. We're building the past. We're building a bright past, not a bright future. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. It sounds pretty crazy, actually, to say that. We use language that is incorrect language. We say, I want to build a bright future. You can never build a bright future. You can visualize what the future looks like. This is what the Omkara does for us. It allows us to realize that whatever we are thinking about in the future, that is only the experience we want in the present. So our mind has capacity to project psychologically into the future as time. But there's nothing really like the future. It's only the present only. So building the bright past, meaning building memories. Like, for example, today's satsang started at 7 o'clock. It's almost 8 o'clock now. 1 hour has gone by. So 1 hour has been built in memory. But that hour exists only in memory, and that memory exists in the present. It doesn't exist in the past. It doesn't exist in the future. That if I say, oh, what did I do at 7 a.m. today? I'm thinking of that in the present. I'm remembering what happened at 7 a.m. in the present. I'm thinking about what I want to do 1 hour from now in the present. Everything happens only in the present. There is no past or future at all, actually. None. Absolutely, there's no past or future. But our memory creates a sequence that this happened, then this happened, then this happened. Sachin started the Ganesh Prarthana at 7 o'clock, then at 7:05 this happened. But even my thinking that happens in the present. Even that sequential thinking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the sequence happens in the present. I want to do this today at 9 a.m. this, 10 a.m. this, 11. I'm seeing that, visualizing that in the present. There's no future, there's no past at all, actually. It's a totally false idea, completely false idea. But we are stuck in that false idea. We use it as a tool. Mind is used as a tool. Okay, I'm planning for the future. That language is wrong. I'm planning for the potentiality in the present. It's a potentiality based on action, circumstance, life circumstance, etc. If I say I want to have a bowl of milk or bowl of cereal and milk in 15 minutes from now, if I say that, I can say that. But then I can wait for the calendar time to catch up into the present, where the calendar time becomes 8:15. I can say, now I'm going to pour the milk into the bowl. So that is happening in the present. It doesn't happen in the future. It cannot happen in the future. I cannot pour the milk and the cereal in the bowl in the future. It can only happen in the present. It requires a lot of meditation and contemplation to understand this thing. We're going to get into that in more detail later on, because this particular verse number 1 talks about the future, past, and present, and the Turiya Avastha also. So we'll go into it in much more detail than what just right now I'm mentioning here. But anyway, let me see here. Just check one more point. Okay. So why the Omkar is written the way it is written, that we will go into in the next couple of days. The 3 curves and then the anuswar, the dot on top. There's a semicircle and there's a dot on top. So why that symbol is important? What is the meaning of that symbol? And specifically, the veil of Agnan and of Maya, which separates the ordinary perceptions from the realization of the ultimate reality. That veil is removed. So we're going to get into that symbol, what the Omkar symbol means actually in detail in the next couple of days. All right, so with that, let's stop here for now. Om Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mokshamulam Gurur Krupa Om Tameva Mata Chapita Tameva Bandhusya Sakha Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Ganatito Aksharam Brahma Bhagavan Purushottamaha Jano Janandidam Satyam Muchyate Bhava Bandhanat Om Divilingaya Namaha Urdhvalingaya Namaha Anandalingaya Namaha Dvadash Jyotirlingaya Namo Namaha Om Namah Shivaya 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 Om Durga Durga Rakshini Tata Swaha Om Shri Durgar Paramastu Om Shri Radha Krishnar Paramastu.